Greetings, peace, and blessings, YouTube. Thank you so much for connecting with me here on this channel. Today I'm going to be using the African Goddess Rising Oracle to do a reading for anyone who feels like they need a positive change in their life. So this is a beautiful, beautiful deck created by Abiola Abrams that features beautiful African goddesses across the diaspora. And I'm looking here at the spreads in the book. I'm going to do the Council of Elders spread and see what comes up for that. So let me get that set up. That's going to be a little different than me just kind of doing it how I normally do readings. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and just kind of think about anyone who may resonate with this, feeling like they need a change in their lives, then this message is for you. So we've got so the first card out is Mami Wata, and that is about being naked. I think that really you are in a state where you're needing to get real with yourself, right? Being naked is also like a very vulnerable thing. Mami Wata is represented here by a mermaid, and there's, right, water represents emotions. I feel like you need to get comfortable, and we're having a new moon in Scorpio on top of that, but you need to be comfortable with your stuff. Get comfortable with diving into yourself, how you're feeling about yourself and your life, really uncovering what it is that's stirring within you. Because if you look here, she's underwater, right? There's some planets there. You can see bubbles. There's like some corals and reefs. There's an alligator back there. There's some shells. And she's got this beautiful colored snake wrapped around her, and she looks just very comfortable. For most people, if you had alligators surrounding you in the water, you would be terrified out of your mind, right? And so there may be something underneath the surface that you are afraid of, or that you feel is holding you back. And being naked is a very vulnerable state. I think I talked about this on another video that I did, where like sometimes we don't even want to look at ourselves while we're naked in the mirror, especially if you have some challenges like around your body. But how powerful it is when you can get to the place where you can look at yourself and really see all of your beauty in what other people may perceive as flaws. So I feel like there's an element to that as well. So what's present for you at the moment is really diving deep within yourself, being honest with yourself about what you're feeling, where you are at in life, what it is that you want. And for some people, because again, this does represent like diving deep into the depth of emotions, you might need someone to help you process what you're feeling or what's going on underneath. But what I love about this card is even though she is in the water, there's still so much life and so much color. There's like a whole other world, and she's just so comfortable swimming in the emotion. So if you feel that you're not really comfortable expressing yourself or expressing how you feel, or really getting into the heart of what it is that you're experiencing right now, I challenge you to really dive deep and figure out what it is that brings you alive. If maybe there's something like from your past, a past experience that's holding you back, like really go into it and see what wisdom or what medicine you can draw out of that experience that's going to help you to grow and evolve as you move forward. So card 2, the biggest obstacle, we have Queen Sheba, Secrets Revealed. Secrets Revealed. And I feel like, again, this is you being honest and true to yourself about who you are and what it is that you want. A lot of times people are like, people are wanting to know what step they should take, what's best for them. But it doesn't matter what I say your next step is. If you feel like there's something else you already know that you want to do, then it's like, why aren't you listening to yourself? Why aren't you listening to your inner guidance, to your inner wisdom? So this is really, and then when I look at with Mami Wata together, it's like you have to go in and explore like your feelings, the depths of your emotions, like what's lurking underneath the surface, and shine light on that. Be honest and real with yourself about who you are and what you want to experience in life. And then you're able to move forward. So your biggest obstacle really, it comes down to being true to yourself. And maybe there's something that you want to do that's like not traditional or maybe like frowned upon. And so it's something that you're afraid to express. If that's the case, then I would say surround yourself with people who can see you, who know, who see you and who can hold space for you in that way. So what must I release? Intuition. So when this card comes up in like a release position, this is you following through on your intuition. This is you doing what you need to do, that intuitive nudge, that intuitive guidance that you felt, it needs to be put out into the world. So again, with all of these cards, they're telling a beautiful story together. And this is really, when I see this card too, it reminds me of grounding because there's so much earth energy in the card with the beautiful green and the different shades of brown. This is about you being grounded in your intuition. And in a release position, to me, release isn't always like cut what you need to cut out or what you need to let go of. It's like what you need to put out into the world. And there's something that is deep within you, some intuitive guidance, some intuitive nudges that you've been receiving. And your spirit is like, do it, please listen to this and follow this. And this is where the path that you are needing to go on is really trusting in your intuition. And then let's see, what support do I need? Surrender. This is so beautiful. So this is Goddess Iset, and you can see that she has a baby they're nursing. And what I'm seeing is like surrender. So when I'm looking at this, I feel like this is you really needing to nurture yourself, nurture your vision, and allow yourself to grow and to develop and to blossom. So this doesn't necessarily have to be external support, although it could. There could be someone who comes into your life that may be like a mentor or a mother figure, someone who's going to fill up your cup, someone who's going to really help you to grow and develop. But when I'm seeing this, like with surrender, it's allowing yourself to get out of the way. Allow yourself to get out of the way and nurture your, because babies, right, when I see babies in cards, like they can also represent your creative project. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical baby. This could be your book. This could be your business. This could be your home. This could be your child. But what it is that it's time for you to nurture the seed that's been calling to you, that intuitive nudge. And see, we've got a baby here and we've got a baby there. So it's like, yes, like there's something that your intuition is telling you that you need to do. And maybe it's not a creative project, but there's an action, there's some step that you need to take, and it's calling for you to birth that, to take that step, to follow through on the guidance that you've received and nurture that vision that was planted in you. So the final card is, what next step should I take? And we have seasons, and this is Nana Buluku seasons. And if you look at the card, you can see all of the seasons are represented here. This is a card that represents cycles. It's time for one cycle to end so that you can move into another. And I love, like, this is the first card. This is the first step. So really, when I'm looking at all these cards, what I'm getting is that it's up to you to decide to close out one door and open another. There's so much inner work that's coming up in these cards when I'm looking at them. We have being emotionally naked, being vulnerable with yourself, and being honest with yourself. And then we have listening to your intuitive guidance. What is your intuition telling you? If it's telling you that something needs to change, that something needs to be let go of, it's time for you to surrender. It's time for you to release the overthinking, release the fear around it, and it's time for you to honor and acknowledge that it's time for you to enter into a new season. So that is what is coming up in these cards, and I'm just going to kind of sit them here to look at them a little bit more. And the card on the bottom of the deck, which I like to look at as like the underlying energy or the shadow, is brazen. You don't feel like it's time for you to know, to trust, and to really anchor into the feeling that you can do it. You can do the thing that's been coming up for you. This is a bold, courageous woman who is dancing beautifully as life goes on around her, and she's not caring about what other people are thinking. It's time for you to start feeling that way about yourself. It's time for you to dance to the beat of your own drum. It's time for you to believe in your own magic, in your own power, in the essence of who you are. It's time for you to believe in the vision that's been planted inside of you so that you can start to take steps in order to grow and expand that vision so that you do start to see change in your life. And know that as you're going about this, that you are supported. But this is really about you getting to a space where you're honest with yourself and you're like, okay, like this is really what I want to do. Like I get it. I accept it. Like I can do this. And then it's about you allowing yourself to surrender, to release the judgment, to release the shame, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and allow yourself to be in a space where you start to do something new. So I hope that this reading has inspired you in some way. If you would like a private reading for more in-depth personal guidance, I do offer readings. The link is in my bio where you can, book a reading with me. And I hope to get back to doing more readings on this channel, especially surrounding like self-love, love, healing, and relationships. It's been a minute since I've sat down to do a reading, but I really felt inspired to dive back in. It feels so good when I get to play with my cards. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if this resonates with you. And again, if you wish to book a private reading, just click the link in my bio and I'll add you to my calendar. All right, peace.